Welcome to Wholesaling 101. We are in April. I'm Mike the Wholesaler, and it is the year 22. It's Friday the 8th. We're talking about driving for deals, being in the car, driving around looking for deals. Okay. So there's my contact. You can follow me, like my page. If you're somewhere and you want to see if I'm on there, you can type Mike the Wholesaler in. There's my number. You can text me, call me. All right. I am married to an amazing, beautiful, shy wife. I'm the wholesaling supergroup leader of REI USA. I won Teacher of the Year for 2018. I like long walks on the beach, dubstep, Minecraft, and pretending to flip my friends' houses at their parties. And I have two crazy kids, which you might hear them. One's on the VR. Here they are. This is Lincoln and Noah when they were little babies, and here they are now, and they're they're really mad that they have matching shirts on. It just look at that, look at that, and this one just anger. Why you do this to me? All right. Anyway, last month your homework was to comp 3 houses a day, and then market to those houses. If you are not doing that already, go to investor meetups. They say I find deals all the time. Some don't want to sell me. Some want to wait to list it. Can I send those to you to the realtor? And then when they say yes, say, hey, can I get a sub login to analyze these deals before I send them to you? All right, so work on that. Or as always, you can get your license. You can, or you can get your wife or your husband to get a license, but comp 3 properties a day and driving for deals. Driving for deals or driving for dollars just sounds weird to me. Dollars or D for dollar sign abbreviation. And I've got allergies or something going on, so I'm sorry ahead of time. All right, so you can use Google Maps here, as we talked about before, how to plan routes for driving around and doing foreclosures and looking at properties and seeing where buyers are and sellers are uh, in Google My Maps. Let's go to Google My Maps. I've got it up here. The only way I know to go to, okay. The only way I know to get to it is google.com/maps. I've also seen it as mymaps.google.com. I don't think they really have messed with it since they did it, but let's go in here and you see we've got untitled map. We can name it if we want. We can add a layer. We can share somebody. We can preview, and then we can import a list. Now we talk about importing a list, but let's go driving for deals and let's go over here. All right, so I'm going to assume that I have a job and that I am working. Okay, so let's see. Let's say that I work at CVS. I'm going to add CVS to the map. There it is. Can I not? Okay. Can't do that. Okay. Got to be weird. I'm going to trash can it. And then here I'm going to type in that. And I'm going to add that to the map. All right. Oh, never mind. I'm not thinking. It's later on we're going to do that. Okay, so I've added my work to the map. Let's say that I live right in here. Is this a house? Click on it. please. What's going on? Okay, I'm going to click on destination, and I'm going to put it there. Okay. All right. Home. Okay. So now the reason we're in Google Maps and we're looking at it from the sky here is so we can see, what is not neighborhoods and what's industrial. So if we come in to here, there's a lot of stuff here. This is like a good area for people to live. It's not, none of this so far is like where I live, where it's just um, through roads and in industry and things like that, like this. So if you're just driving around, you're going down this road right here, you're going to turn right into this, and you're immediately going to be like, oh, let me see if there's any houses down here, and then of course um, there aren't any. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're going into like neighborhoods, and then also we won't be able to tell here, but we want to make sure that some of them are not. And you can sort of zoom in and see the houses. But if we go into a place that's obviously like none of this is good, but if they are super close together, or if they're buildings, there's just a row of buildings along here. We don't want that because that's, apartments. Okay, so we've got, okay, it's showing me a bunch. All right, so there's where I work. There's where I live. Let's go. This is work. Work is evil, so there'll be the red color. And then home is good. Home in video games, when you play something, you're always like the good people, or you is always the blue, and then the evil faction is the red. Okay, so oh wait, no, I can't be blue. It won't stick out enough for me to see. Okay, green. I guess that's good enough as I'm gonna get. All right. So there and there. I wish they wouldn't show up all this other stuff. Anyway, so let's say I'm going to work, and this is the day ahead of time, and I'm planning on driving through some of these areas. Now, I will. Let's see. I'm gonna look for a good area. So this is my neighborhood right here. It links over here and goes to this neighborhood. But I'm gonna put it there as that. Okay. So now we have that there, and then I'm gonna come out and probably go around and then come into this neighborhood here. And then let's see, we want to do this one, and then we want to come in. Does that one connect? Yeah. Well, once I'm in that one, I want to move over to that side of it. Okay, good. These look really, wow, they're really shoving people in there. Okay. All right, and then let's put in one here. And that one just looks like it takes up everything. Okay. Then let's do, I think that's enough. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to add directions to it. So we're going to come in here, and it's got 0.8 as the start. We've got driving. I'm going to put that one in there, add a destination. My home. Okay. Well, all right. Let's get back out, and then I'm going to start adding these in there as destinations. And it doesn't matter what's happening. We'll fix all that weird stuff in a minute. We just want to get them on there. All right, so I'm leaving for point 8 is my work or home. Where does it see point 8? Okay. Well, it's going there, so I guess it's working. All right. Work we want to go to last, so we're gonna move that one down. Well, there we go. Okay, so that's last. A, we want it to be second to last. All right, and then let's see. Now we got to move these around. All right, so let's see. B is second. C needs to come down. Okay, okay. We come. F needs to come after C. Okay. Yep. All right. All right. There we go. There are our directions. All right. So we put that in there. I'm logged in as MikeWatkins87@gmail.com, which is my email, if you didn't know. And when I log into that on Google Maps, it's going to log in here and you're going to see that in your maps. So that when you route to a place, it'll then immediately, once you get there, route you to the next place. So when you're driving, you can hit the stuff and or write down the address or get it in there, things like that. Okay. So let's get back to it. Okay, we did Google Maps, phone apps. Okay, so All Trails is a very cool app here, and it is where you basically do white people stuff, where you go out in the wilderness where you don't belong. There's lions and tigers and things out there that want to kill you. But if you do go out there, it'll track your trail so you know how to get back, right? And that's good for hiking, but it's also good when you're driving around. You can track where you've been, where you haven't been, and you'll see it on there and you just hit record. You can pay for it if you want more than one map, or you can just keep using the free one. Landglide is $10 and you have to pay for it to use it. There's no free version. There we go. All right. And it uses your GPS, but it, unlike All Trails, doesn't track where you're going and where you're coming from. It tracks the lot lines and has tax data, so you can see who owns a property, where they live, have they paid, have they not paid, all on a map. Totally worth it. There's Deal Machine. So there's Deal Machine, which is $50 a month, and you can do all of that. It will send letters with pictures of the property on it every so often, and it does better than anything of getting other people to drive for deals for you and how to manage that. Although you can't like directly message all of those people as of yet. RE Simply does all of that. Let me show you. I want to give away my location. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Skip the latest update, drive, start. It's going to start this as like a driving. Oh no, it's going to. Okay. So essentially what you do in RE Simply or ReSimply is you go through and you hit, okay, You go through and you hit drive, and then as soon as you are driving around, it's going to track it with a little car, and you can just clip on properties and add them. And you want to verify when you see the picture of the property that it looks like the property. You can sometimes do this if somebody else is driving, and you just be quick about it. Very rarely have I done this, but it is possible. I have been in like slow city traffic, and I've had my phone and literally been clicking away like below the steering wheel at the phone to add the property. So it is possible. So your car when you're driving around kind of matters. Make sure it is not too nice, but also make sure that it's not a junker. You do not want, like, if you end up knocking on the door and meeting a seller while you're driving for deals, uh, you don't want to show up in like a Bentley, right? You also don't want to show up in like a bicycle. Podcasts. So there's a new podcast from the REIA, and I believe it is called REI USA. You can get to it from REI USA. What is that? REI. And then it should be podcast. What is this? Okay. REI. Where are you taking me to framework? What does that mean? Okay. REI USA. Let me see if I can just find it on that entertainment it's considered. Let's see. REI USA. Does it work? Yes, it does. Stacy Rossetti. Okay. Oh, they've got a couple episodes on here. Okay. So REI USA, hosted by Stacy Rossetti. All right, there you go. There it is. There's a podcast. The other one that I like is the Tim Ferriss Show. Unlike REI USA, they're going to deal with teaching you how to do stuff in real estate, make money. A lot of these on here are just selling you stuff. The Tim Ferriss Show is teaching you how to just be better at whatever it is. He'll have a guest on there. He'll interview them, and it'll be the best in their field and how it is they do what they do. And of course, you can apply these little things to you as you go through it. Entree leadership is okay. How to succeed is okay. It's I feel like they don't give you enough. I think they really want to sell you on their deeper coaching, and then give you the good stuff there. Let's see what else. Flipping America, that one is really good. He's never really selling you on some website. He's got ads in the thing, which is nice because it's good information, it's current information, and it's stuff that he finds interesting about the real estate world. And there's not like, hey, go to my website at the end to learn how to do the strategy. The Max Maxwell podcast is okay. All right. And then of course you listen to music or listen to books. But I would say podcast is where it's at, because I don't want to listen to a book or read a book in the car. I want to do that in the car. That's just me. All right, gas. Make sure you've got gas in your car. If you've got Waze, it'll actually show you what are the cheapest places around. You can do that. Food. Wow, it's just weird stuff is not showing. Okay. Food. You can put bandit signs in the trunk just in case you got to pull them out. I would get like for sale signs and put your buyer phone number, no, your seller phone number on them, and have people call in. You want the seller to call in. So you have a house, you put a bandit sign in front that says for sale. You get buyers calling you, and you can say things like, hey, how how much do you want for it? And then of course they tell you how much they want for it, how much they want to buy it for, and then you can then turn around and get it from the seller. You never know when you got to put those things out. You've got yellow pads, pens, obviously in your REI bug out bag. You got everything, contracts, assignments. You need to look just like the people there. So you don't need to look nicer than them. You don't need to look worse than them. Okay. Uh, you don't want to wear shorts, flip flops into East Cobb. So that kind of thing. Like you don't want to have penny loafers out in the boonies. You know what I mean? You do business cards to hand out to people in the neighborhood. Hey, we're looking to help people with their houses. No, we buy houses t-shirts. So you want like this with the little, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a pocket. It's just a regular plain shirt. No, we buy houses, nothing on your car that says we buy houses. That's really taboo. How to use Facebook to pre-sell. Okay. So you're gonna get on Facebook, you're driving around. Obviously, I've taken, the stuff off of the tag in here, but you're going to see this house. Maybe you're going to get it under contract, or you're about to, or you're unsure about what to offer on it. You can post a picture of it on Facebook or Instagram and say, just made an offer on this one. Anybody want a deal in, whatever the zip code is, or the city, and sort of get people warmed up to it, get them in to, so that you can come up to a better offer to the seller instead of going through them. And then also you can sort of get buyers ahead of time. They'll drop their emails, you'll send them the deal once you got it, and you'll turn it around better, because some of these sellers now, they're sort of coming around, but they're still very this other guy will do 2 weeks. They really made it bad for us. Some of these guys are like, you pick the closing day, or we'll close in 3 days or 7 days. And a lot of the time that's a bait and switch, where it's like, oh yeah, we do close in 7 days from some date set out, or they say, oh, we don't do that, but once they've got you on the phone. But it is a talking point that sellers will bring up when you're trying to get the deal. And they'll be like, well, they close in 7 days. You can close quicker this way. All right, so skip tracing, you can do it right from the car. You can load up RE Simply, and if I can go in here and pull it up, let me end that. Yeah, I'm not driving anymore. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right, so I go to, oh, these are all the leads. I can't do it. I cannot do it here. Okay. All right, so you can load up the app for Lead Sherpa. You can also, within the app Deal Machine, you are able to just hit a button and within the app and do that. And then from the website Lead Sherpa, it's very mobile friendly. You can upload from there. What are the other sites that you? Batch Leads has an ad where you batch skip tracing, where you can skip trace right from the app, right from your car. Skip them, call them, and you can say, "Hey, I'm right out front. I'm looking at this property you own." Obviously, make sure that they live somewhere else. They're not in that house, because that's sort of creepy. See if it's a deal. Also, you can look up the value, how much it's worth. There's even a calculator on what you think it'll need to be done, and it'll do all the math for you. And then you can call them from the street and talk to them. You can sort of be like, Sherlock Holmes. You can see all the tax data from Land Glide. You could see, oh, there's 2 liens on it. You can even say that, somebody contacted me that, they've got a lien on this and they can't directly come into contact with you, but they were wondering if I could pay off on it. I do that, but, I would like to get the house in the process and just, put it out on their loan. All right. So here is a good thing I've been working on. All right. how to get others to drive for deals for you, because you're thinking like, oh, I got to go driving for deals. Like, not necessarily. Okay. How would you get others to drive for deals for you? And I don't know if you're thinking this, but it is uh, drivers. So Uber, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of those um, delivery services, that kind of thing. So join these Uber Lyft groups on Facebook and ask the admins to post. Give me a second. A mouth breather for the time being until I can clear my nose up. Oh man, dude, it's southern snow. Like, snow in Georgia is yellow. That's basically what it is. The pollen just kills me. All right. Ask the admins in these Uber and Lyft groups if you can post and ask people to do stuff for you, because a lot of these Facebook admins, a lot of these Facebook groups have a lot of rules that are just, you got to post it here, and you got to have these hashtags, and you got to ask us before you do stuff. Like, there's no just, hey, you can't do this in the group, thanks. They will just flat out block you, and you'll never see the group. You'll never, you know what I mean? Uh, so just ask before you do that kind of thing, if it's okay. And then you can post ads to Facebook, Craigslist, and to LinkedIn. And you can just reach out to these people. Hey, while you're driving around, I will pay you money for uh, bringing me deals. Okay. And then once they contact you, you can tell them that, hey, I'll pay you $1 per deal. I mean, like now you're not going to verify each time, but let's say they send you like 5 houses, and you'll say, okay, here's $5. One of them closes, I'll pay you 500 when we close on it. And they'd probably do that in like 5 minutes, send you 5 deals. Now these got to be, people that want to sell. These are nice houses. They're just pulling up off of Zillow, or if they're just pulling all the addresses that they go by, in a neighborhood, pay them the money and then verify that these are like, hey, dude, these are really bad. Like, they got to have grass growing up. They got to look vacant. They got to be stuff that I can deal with. Not going to deal with you anymore. If you send me a bunch of crap. So you're thinking that probably $1 is a lot or it's a little. So from their side, it may seem like a little, just $1 per hour. They're driving for Uber and for Lyft already. Okay. Or if they are just driving for you, that's $1 per hour. Oh my gosh. $1 per deal. Per deal. Oh well, I guess it would be a lead. Okay, there we go. $1 per lead. So from your perspective, it might be a lot because it's $1 per lead. If they find 20 deals in an hour, that's going to be $20 an hour. Okay. And if they're deals, then they're good. But you could set a limit and say, hey, my limit is like 15 an hour. Okay. So, at the end of the day, when they come in and they say, I've got like 62 properties, that's $62 that day. I think at Walmart, I ended up getting like $55 a day for like 6-8 hours, maybe. So, that's a good day's pay. And then you would take those leads in and you'd work them, skip them, call them, get to them. And when you call those leads up, you can also say the name of the driver. You can say, hey, Bill, sent me these deals, said you might want to sell, or you needed help with the property, you needed funding for it, or it looked like it was vacant and you might want to sell it, that kind of thing. To them, though, it would seem like a lot eventually because they could get up to $15 an hour. They could get 60, $70 a day. And if they're Uber lifting, that'd be more. But if they want to just do that, it would still be worth it. And you could say, uh, 4 days a week, 3 days a week. You could even set like only on Monday and Fridays, that kind of thing. And so you don't have to pay a whole lot right now. Okay, and then I would pay them on Cash App or PayPal, and just get those leads coming in. And this way, people will drive for you. So you could have two or three of these people in designated areas. Excuse me. A friend of mine, Angela, what she would do is she would ride in an Uber and then tell them, "Hey, you drive this area a lot. I don't have anybody over here. Can you send me some deals? I'll pay you for 'em." You could also do, I think, what Deal Machine does is Deal Machine gets fewer things, or the mentality or their way of thinking at Deal Machine. When you download the app for like $50 a month, you get one deal finder. You can tell the deal finder, "I'll pay you $5 a deal that you put in here, but it's got to have a picture. It's got to look, like there's motivation." And just say, "Hey, maximum like 5 a day," or something like that, and pay them like that. It doesn't have to be, too big. It could be just enough for where you can handle. Okay. All right. So pick an off day each week. Make that day the Drive for Deals day. So you get sort of into a habit. Set it in your phone, Podio, uh, Simply, and put it in there to remind you to go do it, and then you'll just turn it into a habit. I want you to plan a route, plan it ahead of time so you don't waste your time, especially if you live in the perimeter and you're driving around. Atlanta is like an hour away from Atlanta. I mean, everything in there is just ridiculous. Okay, so your time's valuable, my time's valuable. You'll hear that a lot. Um, so value your time, plan a route ahead of time. Download the apps and pay for the ones you're okay with. Simply, I think, starts out at 50 or 100. Deal Machine does half the much stuff, but is really good at handling the deal finder person, uh, and giving them backdoor access. It's then $100 for two people, and then it shoots up to 3,000 if you want more than two people. And then that is 50 to $100 a month, and then Landglide is $10 a month, and then All Trails is free. And then I want you to market to these, and again, keep up with the comping the properties. Get your mind into a mode where it can just boo 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 comp a property. Okay. Okay, I am at the end. Let's go here, and we'll see if we got any questions. Nobody jumped on? Okay. All right. So if you got any questions, you can text or call me at 678-439-5699. And the next one is, there's some things that as soon as I got on here, I was like, "Oh man, I didn't cover that. I didn't cover that." So I will cover those on the 22nd. Friday, the 22nd of April will be the next one. And the things I wanted to cover were how you can drive for deals virtually, like during the pandemic, how we drove for deals without leaving the house. Okay, so we're gonna do some of that. We're gonna some of the things I don't think that I can do. There's some Chrome extensions, so download Chrome, and then we'll go over the websites and CRMs that we use those. All right. And then I think I might not have enough to do the whole thing. So if I do not, uh, I'll have something else. All right. That's everything. If there's no more questions, I think we'll end it here. Hope to see y'all April the 22nd at 7 p.m. If you obviously, I know everybody's got a life. If you can't show up, please watch these afterward. Do the homework. If you can do that homework, you will keep taking slow steps. A step in the right direction is better than not taking a step at all. Because if you're not taking a step towards uh, flipping a house and wholesaling and financial freedom, then you're actively taking steps towards helping somebody else get rich, like your boss. All right, Mike the wholesaler. I'll see you on the 26th.